On my first day of high school, my teacher asked me, "Do you have your middle school diploma?" I told my teacher, "Not on me right now. Do you keep yours on you?" I said with a grin while sliding into my seat next to my boy Donnie. A few kids laughed and I felt pretty good about my comeback. First day of high school and I was already making people laugh. Mrs. Carrillo didn't smile though. She looked down at her attendance sheet and then back at me with this confused expression. "I'm sorry, what's your name again?" "Moises Cabrera," I said, even though I'd literally just told her 2 minutes ago when I walked in. She scanned her paper again and shook her head slowly. "I don't have a Moises Cabrera on my roster. Are you sure you're in the right classroom?" Donnie looked at me like I was about to get in trouble already. I pulled out my schedule to double check even though I knew I was right. "Yeah, Statistics 1A with Mrs. Carrillo, room 204. This is 204, right?" She walked over to my desk and looked at my schedule. Then she said the words that ruined everything. "You need to go to the main office. You're not supposed to be here." The whole class was staring at me as I grabbed my backpack and walked out. My face was burning with embarrassment. Kids were already whispering and pulling out their phones, probably to text everyone about the kid who showed up to the wrong class like an idiot. The main office was packed with confused freshmen, trying to fix their schedules. I waited in line for 20 minutes before finally reaching the front desk, where this tired-looking lady with glasses asked what I needed. "My statistics teacher says I'm not on her roster, but this is definitely my schedule." I showed her the paper I'd gotten in the mail 2 weeks ago. She typed something into her computer and frowned, then typed more and frowned deeper. "Moises Cabrera, you're not enrolled at this school." "What do you mean I'm not enrolled? I literally live 3 blocks away. I went to the same middle school as everyone else. I graduated in June." My voice was getting higher and people were starting to stare again. She turned her monitor toward me and pointed at the screen. "According to our records, you didn't complete 8th grade. You can't enroll in high school without your middle school diploma." I laughed because this had to be some kind of mistake. "There's no such thing as a middle school diploma. That's only for high school and college." She gave me this look like I was the dumbest person she dealt with all day. "Every student who completes 8th grade receives a diploma. It's been mailed to your house by now." But that's not the issue here. She clicked through more screens and her frown somehow got even deeper. "You failed PE. It's a graduation requirement." The room started spinning a little bit. "I didn't fail PE. I got a C. My leg makes it hard to run, but Coach Dickerson knew that. I have a medical condition where my left leg is literally 1.5 inches longer than my right. I did every assignment. I showed up every day even when it hurt." She pulled up my transcript and turned the screen toward me again. There it was in black and white. PE, grade 8, F. "This is wrong," I said desperately. "I saw my report card. It was a C. Not great, but definitely passing. Coach Dickerson always gave me crap about not trying hard enough, but I passed. I know I passed." The lady sighed like she'd heard every excuse before. "Teachers have until August 15th to submit grade changes. Coach Dickerson changed your grade on August 14th, the day before the system locked." My stomach dropped to my feet. Coach Dickerson had waited until the last possible second to fail me. After graduation, after summer break started, after I'd already bought my supplies for high school and gotten excited about starting fresh, he'd known exactly what he was doing. "So, what am I supposed to do now?" "You'll need to enroll in credit recovery to make up the PE credit. Once you pass, you can start high school, probably 2nd semester if you work quickly." She handed me a packet of papers about credit recovery programs. I walked out of that office feeling like the biggest loser in the world. Everyone else was finding their classes and meeting new people and starting their high school experience. Meanwhile, I was technically still an 8th grader because some gym teacher decided to ruin my life over a limp I couldn't control. Donnie texted asking where I was. Other kids from middle school sent messages about which lunch period they had. I couldn't bring myself to tell any of them the truth. Instead, I walked to the McDonald's down the street and sat in a booth with my credit recovery packet spread out in front of me. The old man working the register asked why I wasn't in school. I told him my gym teacher failed me after graduation because he didn't like that I couldn't run properly. He shook his head and gave me a free apple pie with my fries. I spent my first day of high school in a McDonald's booth Googling whether you could sue a teacher for ruining your life. Turns out you probably can't. But I was going to find a way to make Coach Dickerson pay for this. Man, he really lived up to his name.